Mic check, mic check.
When are we on, Chelsea?
Now.
And also every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, New York City time. Check our YouTube page and it always has the next one coming up.
Do you know why we're able to do this show?
Yes, I do.
Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to make a website or a portfolio or perhaps even a gallery, which comes with a free store. Squarespace is...
Good.
Squarespace is...
Excellent.
Wow, you're good at that.
Squarespace makes it just, you can put up a website and you don't have to know about like technical stuff. It works really well.
They have
We use it for both
incredible
our
24/7 support. They have a bunch of templates. It's easy, it's beautiful, and you can try it out for free for 14 days. And if you decide to buy it, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony, like you're seeing on the screen, and use the coupon code PHOTONEWS to get 10% off your first purchase.
Yeah, use that URL to try it out, squarespace.com/Tony. We'll even look at a couple of Squarespace portfolio's today. If you want to send in your portfolio, be brave. Go to scp.io/link and give us your URL. We might take a look at it.
Oh, Twitter, you say?
Yeah, we're live, so you can communicate with us and we will answer back in real time. There are two ways to communicate.
There are multiple ways to communicate. One of them is Twitter, #TCLive.
Yeah.
You could comment or send a question in the little YouTube box. You could send up a flare. What else? Carrier pigeon. Smoke signals.
You'll have varying levels of success with each of these different techniques.
Yeah, you should just try them all out and see which one works for you. This week, we are going to be taking your pictures of kids. Baby goats.
No puns.
Children. Sour Patch Kids?
Nope. How many pictures can each person submit, Chels?
0.
You know what? I'm going to be generous. 1 picture per person. To one,
That's
just this week only.
every picture is more work for me.
Don't put in 2 pictures.
Yeah, but they do.
They always do.
Why do you
1
do
picture
it?
per person. Anything more than that, and you will annoy us.
Next week, light painting. And this one's going to be exciting because we got the pixel stick. They let us borrow one. And we're going to take it out tonight and tomorrow. We already tried it out, but we're going to take some pictures and we'll share them with you next week.
Yeah, it's taking a long exposure, moving light around. Like this guy here, it was taken with like a red glow stick, and I just moved it around his body, and it makes him look like it's on fire. It's pretty awesome. Oh, if you want to send your picture in, go to that link, sdp.io/submit. Only during the live show. Don't send it before the live show. Siobhan will delete it. Send it after the live show. Nobody's going to see it.
I heard her earlier go, delete.
She loves it. She gets a little power crazed.
She does. She's like, delete.
She's dangerous that way. A poll that's open during the live show. We'll look at the results in the course of the live show. Which tutorial do you want to see next from us? We're just kind of debating what the next videos we should work on. Go to scp.io/poll13. You can make a poll. If you come up with a poll, I'll set it up during the course of the live show.
Because I was going to ask people if they would vote by, and everybody else is doing it. I'm Hispanic.
I take back what I said
like all
about
the
you being
things
able to make
everybody
polls.
likes. What?
You can't make polls, it turns out. We gave you a shot and you just didn't do a very good job at coming up with a concept.
Okay. Well, that hurt my feelings. Moving on. PhaseOne. Who cares about this?
Oh, are you serious? Look at that beautiful camera. This is, they have different backs.
It looks like
just like the sensor from 50 to 80 megapixels. It's a medium format SLR camera. It's a studio camera.
Nobody uses more than 3 megapixels. Just kidding.
Yeah,
nobody uses more than
it's such a gorgeous
8
camera.
megapixels.
It'll run you like $40,000 or $50,000, but it's just beautiful. And I wanted to show that off. I always complain about the Casio watch display on all the modern DSLRs. They use that same stupid display from like 1980s.
I have a theory about this. Do you complain about this stuff to see if they change it when you complain?
I hope that they'll change it, but I've been complaining about it for years and not a single company has changed it. Except PhaseOne. Look at that. They made like a pretty LCD display on the top, and I think that's even a touch screen too. Look how much better that looks in the Casio.
I mean, I would really hope if it costs $50,000.
But the $4,000 5DSR has that $4 display on the top. Let's up our game.
Explain that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just another view
was
of
that?
the beautiful PhaseOne. Oh, I also want to left there. It's a waist level viewfinder like on our old Mamiya, where you can hold it down and look into it. I love waist level viewfinders. They're just because you can easily get to the camera. And anyway, I want that. It's pretty expensive.
Wait, go back to our book. I want to plug it. Did you see this book? We made this book. This book supports us. Not DxO Mark, not whatever hokey rumor you heard out there. It's this. Books with my face on them. Buy them.
It's a video book with over 14 hours of video. So even if you think books suck, you can just watch the videos, treat it like a video
Books
training
don't
course.
suck. Books don't suck.
14 hours of video showing how to use Lightroom. You can also just read the book and not watch the videos. It comes with 250 presets. That's crazy,
I made
right?
more.
Oh, good.
I made like a cloud enhancing one. I made some really cool ones. I made a really good skin smoother. I made an under eye bag remover that I'm going to give away for free. They work awesome. I'm super excited.
All right, let's take a look at some pictures. Oh, you know what? There are a couple of pictures here of kids before I import the rest of them.
I know who this little cutie is.
I recognize her too.
She's so cute. She's drinking my favorite drink, PhaseOne, or that could be wine in a pouch.
She has Benjamin Button's disease. It's not like illegal or anything. She's technically 80 years old.
What's with you and saying everyone has Benjamin Button disease lately?
It's a lot more commonplace than you're aware, and I'm trying to raise awareness for a very important disease, Chelsea.
This show is not the time and place.
This is Benjamin Button Disease Awareness Day. And today of all days, you should be a little more sensitive to Benjamin Button disease.
You put me in my place. Poor Eloise.
This is a really cute picture because she just has a great expression on, and also she's not wearing a stupid Under Armour t-shirt, which I'm just sick of seeing all kids in.
Because our daughter tries to wear it every
day.
day. We have to like pull it off of her.
My only complaint is her feet are cropped in kind of an uncomfortable way. So I would go down and just show her feet, but if you can't do that, you might just crop it in a little bit. The flowers are nice, but I think the real focus of the picture
you're chopping off her hand.
Is her face.
Yeah. You chopped at the joints.
So you want to chop between the joints, and you're right, that wasn't ideal. Chelsea didn't have to berate me so viciously. She's kind of mean that way.
Someone's got to do it.
Shows us more of her eyes and just improves the composition a little bit.
Yeah, she's the cutest. Wow, this child is elegant.
That's a fantastic picture. The lighting there is just so dramatic. It looks like she could start fires with her mind if she wanted to. Fantastic shot. A little bit of fill flash in there, which is a good thing to do when you're under that heavy backlighting. It really brings out the colors in her skin and her eyes and her hair. Great shot.
That is a great picture.
Yeah, we'll try to import some more now.
Kids are really good models.
And
they're not self-conscious at all. Do you ever notice that? All kids think they're super fast for no reason. It's like they've never been near anything else before. They're not, but whoa, they're running everywhere. And all kids think they're great looking, and that's why they make the best models. Our daughter's always like, I just want to take a normal picture of her. Like she'll just be doing something, and then she'll see my camera, and she'll be like, please.
Little girls are, it seems like almost all of them want to be natural models. Boys don't even care. They just want you to take a picture with them with their finger in their nose.
They always do something like trying to be cool. Like they're always like,
or trying to be goofy or something. But yeah, little girls they like know how to pose and stuff just from seeing pictures, and they love that.
That's sexist.
By the way, it might be.
Let's go to that messy baby. Crazy.
Just coincidentally, we had to go to a school and photograph the graduating class of 5th grade. So that's good times, wrangling that many kids.
Mine's broken.
Trying to arrange them all
at
different levels so that they're not blocking each other's faces.
There was a conflict that I think you missed. One girl just did not want to be near a boy.
Oh no, I had a talk with that girl. She just completely ignored me. She was off frame, off the right side of the picture because she hated the kid next to her.
I would have left her little ass out. I would have been like, you pay the price, sweetheart.
Yeah, I told her to move over, and she's like, oh.
Get along or
and she
get
moved
gone.
over, and by the time I walked back to the camera, she'd moved back away from him again. Probably because he was punching her.
No, he wasn't. She was being mean. I just told her to go to the other side. Who's
it
this
did look like he
adorable-
might have a case of the cooties.
There's a movie about that. This child's adorable. She's got red
That's
eye.
too much. Yeah, I
Does-
like her hat. She's got red eye.
What, you want to remove it?
Lightroom has the fix for red eye. It's not
I've
often.
never used it.
No, and they use it either.
I don't know how.
There we go. Okay. You just circle and
That
it
was
does most of it automatically for you. So
Amazing.
yeah, if you look at the before and after, pretty sweet, right? It works really well. Red eye is caused because your pupil like reflects some light back, and cats and dogs do it even worse because they have these crazy, powerful
I
eyes.
might make it black and white just because there's a lot of brown on brown on brown.
Brown, 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 brown. Go ahead and raise that exposure a little bit.
Okay.
The skin tones to be pretty close to like the right third of the histogram. We're looking at the histogram here, which shows the brightness.
Let's go.
Okay. And move your subject away from the wall.
Oh, no.
That's really cute. This is like the latest trend in kid photography is to
Cake smash.
yeah, the cake smash where you just make a freaking mess out of your kid. It's pretty cute. It's fun. I don't know where these photographers do this. Like I would not want to wreck my studio with a baby
He's in his
smashing
high
up some
chair.
birthday cake.
We tried to do this with my niece and she went, spoon, spoon. She's like still very neat. She wasn't having any part of that tradition.
Here we have
This
very
guy's a-
soft lighting. He doesn't have a catch light in his eyes.
I'm going to just bring up the shadows.
Yeah.
We're starting to get a little bit of a catch light here. And then you can go into this brush and there's iris enhance. I'm going to use my right bracket to make this bigger and press O to get my mask. Go around the iris here. I'm being sloppy. I'm not going to lie to you. I am being sloppy, but you get the idea.
Check chapter 3 in Stunning Digital Photography for information on how to use fill flash to kind of fill the eyes in, because he has what we call raccoon eyes, which is just the shadows underneath the eyes. It happens on overcast days. I can tell it's overcast just from looking
Soft
at the
light.
kid. So you can do some improvements in post-processing.
This is a cool picture.
Yeah, is she like doing a play?
She's playing an invisible harp.
I don't know. Looks like a great shot.
I like the expression on her face.
Yeah, I guess
Or the expressiveness.
if I have a criticism, I have no idea what's going on in the picture. I don't know what she's doing. It's an unusual pose. It's not a portrait, but I don't know what the story is. So you might include a little bit of context and let me know.
Yeah, it's like a candid.
Some of the
that's
background
in a
or
portrait.
yeah,
The baby.
baby.
Okay, let's bring up the exposure here. Oh, this is a tricky one.
Yeah, that's the number one mistake I see with all portraits. It's just they're just underexposed. You just want to look at the histogram and get the skin nice and bright.
You want to get the eyes, because right now the eyes are so black.
Yeah.
You want to get some detail on the eyes. And then the color's a little strange, right?
Yeah, it is. It's nice though. I feel like they got the shot. They just need a little bit of work in post.
Yeah.
And you can always fix stuff later, but you got the shot. You got the outfit great. The baby's pose is nice. The baby's awake. And the baby's not screaming, which happens like 10% of the time you're doing a baby photo
Amazing
shoot.
baby.
Yeah. Awake and not screaming and in a decent outfit. You don't see gross stuff all over the baby. So almost everything is right. Just a little bit of post-processing is all it needed.
This kid's adorable.
Yeah. That is really cute. Yeah. Okay.
See this empty spot in the histogram right here?
Yeah, you might as well brighten it up a little bit. I thought about cropping it down, but I think we need the tire at the bottom in there so we know what's going on. At some point, if we cropped it further, it would become like abstract. And it would just be like
Box
some
boy.
sort of geometry thing. Yeah. Looks a lot like Madeline,
I
actually.
thought that at first too. She reminds me of Madeline.
Yeah, we have a similar picture. Now, are her eyes in focus? It looks like they might be out of
I thought that
focus.
they were a little bit soft,
Yeah, we might have
but
missed
it's still a
focusing,
nice
but
picture. And I think that I would just crop down the hat a little bit to bring her eyes into the upper third.
yeah.
Look at me cropping, and then I'm gonna just try black and white because sometimes you don't notice things aren't as sharp in black and white, and also the colors are a little bit distracting.
Yeah, it focused behind her a little bit. The T3i doesn't have the most powerful focusing system. And the way you overcome that is keep snapping. Just keep refocusing. Use a single focus point, put it on their nearest eye, snap a picture, refocus, snap another picture, take 20 pictures. And one of them, just you'll pick the sharpest one in post. As you move up to something like a 70 Mark II, the focusing system is much more accurate, much more reliable. You don't have to take as many shots.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like the black and white a lot. And in fact, it kind of changes her expression from being to almost more dramatic. I like that. Good edits, Chelsea.
Good picture, person. What is this girl up to?
Yeah, this to me the photo is of the reflection and
Yeah.
her relationship with the reflection, which I'm not getting.
Oh, I'm going
So-
all black and white today.
Yeah, I don't know why the photographer chose to include so much of the reflection. I don't know if it's being artistic. I guess I'm not totally understanding what the context of it is. It's also taken with like the mother of all cameras, the D4S, like a high grade pro sports camera. So I feel
Very
like
fancy.
they're doing something artistic here, but I don't get it. It's not being conveyed for me. Like they've cropped it square. There's intention behind it.
Tell us
Understand
what was happening, and then we'll get it.
Yeah, sometimes you're going for something artistic and you know the story because you were there, you know what you're thinking, but the viewer doesn't necessarily get like the storytelling elements right there.
This child's adorable.
Another T3i shot, which I know is a common camera, and it seems to have the same problem. It actually missed focus a little bit. She's on a swing, so she might be moving in and out a little bit. The shutter might have also been a little bit slow. So those are things to look out for. Again, this will happen with any camera, but the solution for it is just taking lots of pictures, deleting most of them. The color and stuff look just great.
I'm scared.
A proper portrait. Here we have deliberate posing and lighting. I love his
This is the most
dramatic
intense
mood.
child
He's got the
I've
squint going
ever
on.
seen. He's squinching. He's crossing his arms.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome with that dramatic backlighting. Perfect exposure. Really
Really?
a great shot.
Maybe I'm just on a roll.
Oh, yeah. I was happy with it, but you do.
It does match
you
the
do
mood.
you. Oh, it's Joe Baker.
Yeah. We like Joe Baker.
Oh, yeah. He's
Joe
been
Baker,
with us
you
for a
nailed
while.
it.
Yeah, I
am
think that's a great
I
shot.
just like looking at this picture. It's so cute.
I do too.
The expression is so different. It's really funny. I like it.
He's violating the rule of space, but it feels very deliberate. So he's facing off the near edge of the frame,
Well,
which is
his mood
unconventional.
matches
but-
that.
Yeah.
I think if he were happy and violating the rule of space, it'd be different. But he's kind of like closed off and a little bit grumpy.
Yeah, it
And
adds a little bit of tension
it
to the
does,
picture,
yeah.
but it fits the mood.
Yeah.
And the sun being on the other side balances that out
Oh, I
really
moved
nicely.
on. My attention span, not very good.
That's okay. Taha
Okay.
sent us a picture.
One thing with Flash, and you can see this in our Flash chapter of SDP, we actually use this exact example. It can make your hair look too shiny, and it actually gets kind of like a funny, oily, or wig-like look. You remember that? We did it with our nephew Tyler. We took
Yeah.
some pictures with bounce flash and direct flash. So this is direct flash, and you get that effect. You get like too many highlights or something. So that can be a problem.
Bounce flash would make this a much better picture.
Yeah.
This looks like on-camera flash. If you get an
Any-
external flash, turn the flash up, bounce it off the ceilings. It'll light the floor behind her
And you
too.
don't need any fancy gadgets to go on your flash. Bouncing it works really well.
Yeah, those
people
gadgets
sell
are
all sorts
generally
of-
not worth the trouble.
Mm-mm.
Bouncing gets the job done almost all the time.
Whoa, that made her hair look. I was gonna do something.
I know. I was just experimenting, trying to demonstrate what it would look like if the background were properly lit. It would look
Well,
better.
you know what? I'm taking over today.
All right, Chelsea's driving.
I want to just. I'm experimenting. I am not good with a mouse.
Siobhan, while Chelsea experiments, do you have any questions or comments for us?
Yes, well, first of all, I wanted to point out that Nick Filardi was watching and commenting earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but you should
Oh.
say hi.
Nick
Hi,
Filardi is a friend of ours whom you guys don't know.
I love Nick Filardi.
I like Nick
He's
too.
wonderful.
Why is he watching? Is he into photography now?
I don't know. He just rolled up.
I think
Hey,
he's
famous artist.
I think he's into me. I think he thinks I'm cool.
Hey, Nick.
I think he knows we're cool. People are asking about the CT Live from last week that YouTube jacked up, if we're going to be able to re-upload it.
Well, I think that
No.
people should actually help us out by writing YouTube because we wrote that. The problem's not at our end and they're just not acknowledging it. So maybe tweet them and tell them about the problem, and maybe if enough people do it and draw their attention to it, they'll try to work on that.
Yeah.
There are a lot.
I
See,
don't
there are a
know
lot
what
of.
happened with that. It wasn't on our side. It happened after the YouTube processing, but it was definitely a real problem in watching the recorded playback. And we meant to record this show so we could re-upload it, and we didn't.
We forgot.
We just forgot.
Oh, we are dangerous.
So-
No, actually, I hit record, and then it told me it might interfere with the bandwidth, and I just didn't want to risk it. So
Oh.
we'll set up the game capture or whatever.
Yeah, we have another way to do it. We didn't do it. So we'll work on it. Maybe it won't fix it this week, but we'll get it for next week. Anything else, Siobhan?
Yes. Someone asking if there's a cheap, good filter holder alternative to the Lee system that you know of.
I don't know. We haven't reviewed those systems, so I know, yeah, there's that Koken system that everybody seems to use, but I haven't tested the alternative. Sorry.
A good and relevant question is some tips from you guys on taking photos of children, specifically for like set photo shoots.
Yeah, like on a set?
No, just like intentional shoots versus
As opposed to
instead of
just
standard.
or
chasing
whatever.
them at the playground. Yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of information in Chapter 6 of Stunning Digital Photography about taking
We
pictures
have a
of the
few
kids, but-
videos about it specifically. If you just go into YouTube and you type in Northrop Photography Kid Portraits, we have a whole video on that.
If I had one tip, it would be the wardrobe. Don't let the kid pick their own clothes. Get some like a white shirt and some blue jeans, because kids have awful taste in clothes. The second biggest problem I find is Cheeto mouth. They've always eaten something disgusting and smeared it all over their face.
Popsicle,
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
And man, you go into Photoshop, you don't even notice it when you're taking pictures, but you get into Photoshop and you're like, oh man, I gotta spend 2 hours Photoshopping out Cheetos from the corners of
Crusty
their mouth.
nose.
So yeah, you bring some like wet wipes and wipe their face down a little bit.
They're always together usually in pictures. Usually people want family pictures, so
Yeah.
you want to make sure that your depth of field is deep enough. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you only get one kid in focus. I've made that mistake. And along with that tip, you want to make sure that you have enough whites that you can get them in focus and have the picture properly exposed and have your shutter speed
Use like a
fast enough
base
because they're always
ISO.
moving too. Yeah.
Another big problem is usually it's mom. She wants to get the kid to actually look over to the camera, especially little kids who just look everywhere. So mom will stand like a couple feet off to your right and she'll be like, look over. Then look at their mom.
And then you don't get eye contact.
And they're looking off camera, and you can tell when somebody looks a tiny bit off camera. It looks really weird.
Yeah.
So if mom's going to dance around and get the kid's attention, have them stand right behind you. But what we'll do is we'll put like a little toy or a squeaky thing like above the camera or
I've
even
never
in the
done
flash
that.
mount, just to get them to look right at the camera. That's the hardest part with little kids, is getting them to look at the camera.
Yeah.
But don't have somebody off camera getting their attention. If they do that, they got to be right behind
And
you.
I've made this mistake. We told the kids today to say cheese just because it was a group of like 65 kids, but you don't really want kids to say cheese, or you don't want to tell them to smile. They'll be like, "Gee," like they get a crazed look. So instead, just kind of work on talking to them and building a little bit of a relationship with them so you can get a natural expression out of them. And that might entail learning something about them before the shoot. Do they like cars? You could bring them a little car, or you could talk about cars. You could talk about Cars, the movie. So learn a little bit about them, make them comfortable with you, and you'll get a natural expression. And I think that's the most important thing, is connecting with them.
Yeah, memorize a lot of knock-knock jokes too.
No, kids don't like
always go
those.
over
Kids
well.
don't like knock-knock jokes.
Well, memorize some jokes or something. It depends on the age. Kids don't like, kids love knock-knock jokes. What are you talking about? You've
Name
become
one.
too detached.
Name one,
A kid who likes knock-knock jokes?
except for, other than Madeline. Who
Guys,
likes,
I have a knock-knock joke for you that kills in my family.
Okay, go for it, Siobhan.
scared.
It's a Siobhan comedy moment.
Knock, knock.
who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow. Who?
Moo!
Madeline likes that one too. But she waits until you're done talking and then
She
does
doesn't
it.
want it to be rude.
That's
Yeah.
what Eloise does too. Kids are bad at jokes.
Yeah.
That's why there are so few child comedians.
I like the Louis C.K. bit where he's like, I love my daughter's joke. She told a joke that was like, why did the gorilla get kicked out of the zoo? And he was like, why? And she was like, because that's just, the guy kicked him out. That's just what
The person in charge of that
the
sort of
person
thing.
in charge of that just did that. The non-joke. Okay, what's our poll?
Let's look at our poll result. This is what video people wanted to see next. It seems like I'm actually surprised by this. The APS-C wide-angle lens comparison is the top choice. It's not something we've ever done. We don't even have any super wide-angle APS-C lenses, but something we should look into.
Can people vote more than once?
I'm getting that impression from that one out there that they've added. Yeah, so I could make it so that you jerks can't vote more than once, but then you'd all have to log in. And I'm trying to like make it convenient for you. But we live in this society where,
If you can take advantage of something, you will.
yeah, I could make it so people can't submit more than one picture, but you'd have to go through this whole thing where you have to like create an account and log in, and it would be a lot of work for me and it'd be a lot of work for you. So I try to like give the people the benefit of the doubt, but then there's always got to be somebody who's like, oh, I figured out a hack. I can exploit this system. Look at what I can do. I can vote more than once.
You know what's
Give me a
funny?
break.
When
Just
we
be
first-
nice. Just be polite. Be honest.
When we first started this business, I read this really nice article about some town in Scandinavia where they just trusted people not to steal, and they had everything on like an honor system, and they were like, nobody steals.
They all starve to death.
And I was so like touched. I was like, you can trust people to be honest, and this world could be good. And then we started our business, and right away people just started like pirating our book and like
Yeah.
just doing awful things. I was like, the world's burning. Anyway, this Tony.
I have a background in computer security.
Yeah.
Like I wrote books about this stuff. I know how to implement systems that can stop people from doing all these things.
You should do it.
But if you do that, you inconvenience legitimate users. How often have we all been inconvenienced by the stupid Adobe Creative Cloud login when you're trying to use your app and now you have to log in, now you have to change your password?
You're losing it.
Security inconveniences the legitimate buyers, and it makes it worse for the people who are doing things illegally or illegitimately. But it always inconveniences the good guys. And I try not to inconvenience the good guys, but people always got a
airport
bus on me.
I think
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
should just do it because it's like Sandy. Like Sandy's a good girl, but if I leave
That's our
food
dog.
on the counter, she's gonna eat the food on the counter. I don't think like anyone's like a bad person. I think if you just make it easy to cheat, people are gonna cheat.
So
So Tony, next time.
APS-C
Make
wide
them
angle
log in.
lenses using flashes and speed lights, and then after that, portrait photography, studio lighting, some interest in stock photography. People are interested in Photoshop tutorials. Lightroom tutorials haven't been a big hit, but it seems like people want
No,
Photoshop
nobody
tutorials.
watches my Lightroom tutorials.
Somebody tried to say you need to do a video on film cameras, and we love film cameras. I said I tested the waters before. There wasn't much interest, and that guy must have voted for analog photography because only one person was interested in it. Okay, we do have another poll for you.
Log in. Photographing kids. Fun or what?
Yeah, like
Why is me running for president less interesting than that question? It's not fun. It's not fun. There's a poll buster
go to
for you.
stp.io/poll14 to vote. Not fun. Some people might like it. I don't know. Not my favorite thing.
You know what's fun? Sexy babes with everything. You got a cool car? Put a sexy babe on it. got a new light setup? Put a sexy babe in there.
When you said sexy babes with everything, I imagined like a pizza with
Siobhan-
everything. So I
Siobhan
just
Blue-
imagined like onions and pepperonis.
That's always the
That's the
equation
picture
I
I
see.
want.
You know how like when you give a kid the chance to get dressed, they're just like, I like Spider-Man, so Spider-Man hat, Spider-Man shoes. Like if you give the right man a camera, he'll just be like, how could I put a sexy babe on the pool table? Sexy babe syndrome. I just thought of a name for it.
That's syndrome.
You look so scared. Do you think people are going to hate my sexy babe rant? People love sexy babes.
No, I don't have any feelings about your sexy babe.
The irony is I put a sexy babe in my rant to trick people into it. Chit Chat, the segment where we read your comments and then we give no useful feedback. Sometimes we mock you, and most of the time it's not interesting. This is long.
I don't remember why I put this in there. Oh, he asked if what it was like with the 5 DSR that we tested versus the D810 if you were shooting handheld, because we did all of our tests like pretty carefully on tripods.
It's great.
It is great. We took it to Boston and spent the weekend with it, kind of just shooting handheld and casually. And we did shoot some side-by-side tests handheld. As your technique gets sloppier, the difference between like the 5 DSR and the D810 definitely decreases. It doesn't make as much of a difference unless you're like using a tripod and mirror lockup.
We very precisely compared them.
Yeah, you're still taking the sharpest picture you possibly could in those conditions.
Yeah.
But if you're sloppy all the time, you might not appreciate as much of a difference. So.
Okay.
I'm not going to read this, but I just wanted to point out, because we always get these Sony people who insist the Sony a6000 focuses super fast because
you're stupid and
Sony
smart?
says that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. It focuses terribly, and we tested it over and over again. This guy, he busted on me for saying that it didn't focus well, but then he actually went and replicated my test. And what he found was really frustrating to him, and he said, I repeated your test where the person walks towards the camera, and it did a terrible job focusing. And then he went on to ask for guidance on getting a camera that would work better.
Holy crap. The internet broke that day. Somebody actually did their own hands-on test and then concluded you were right and they were wrong.
They actually did something, and the theory behind why my practical real-world results are not useful. They tested it, they got the same results, and then admitted mistake.
This person's
Thank you, sir.
my hero.
You are
I'm
a
gonna
true
get a
scientist and a
T-shirt
gentleman.
with his name on it.
You're making the world a better place.
I laughed so hard in this video. Tony, you're a hole, but a nice one. So go and make good videos as always. Cheers to Chelsea too. Sorry if any mistake, non-native English speaker. Does he know what asshole means?
You, Nico, you're a nice asshole too.
It's a compliment where he's from. Camo jokes. This is where you had a video where you went out in camo and you got made fun of so hard, and I enjoyed it. So I compiled all of the jokes and put them here. Christopher O'Grady said,
No.
"Whoa, all I can see is a couple of levitating bodies with no lenses amongst the wilderness. Tony must be in camo or something." That's camo joke number 1, folks. Take it all in. Camo joke number 2, Mr. Combuster, bring in with the camo joke. Is it just me, or are they just shot empty jungle with voice? Where is Tony? Camo joke number 2 got 2 thumbs up. Way to go, Mr. Combuster. Nico Ramirez, our friend that called you
just called me a nice
bunghole. Where is Tony? I can't see him. 5 thumbs up. That camo joke killed it. You killed it. Neil James Music Man. Maybe best not to wear camo gear when doing vids. I kept losing sight of you. 26 thumbs up.
26 people
the
like that.
The camo joke to rule them all. And he even got a response. He is in the shot?
He also spelled losing wrong.
Yeah, I was just
Losing. That's a common error.
Oh, lose. Wow, I love this video, Tony. You're all dressed up in your murder suit, explaining the details as neat graphs pop up. I appreciate the effort in increasing the production value. Well done. That wasn't a joke, but he called your camo a murder suit, and I appreciated it.
Can I just say the single most frustrating part of creating content on YouTube is that people make the same comment over and over again. Like, nobody looks through the existing comments.
They come up on my phone, so it would be like, you're dumb, bling, you're dumb, bling, you're still dumb. I'm like, ow.
It's like, yes, the mirror's up in live view mode. Mirror lock up, live view mode. Mirror lock up, live view mode. Oh, like
I actually
over and over
stalk
again.
our viewers. You guys don't know that, but you know it now. Like, because they go on all the photography channels, so I have no life, so I'll go on there. And one guy was like, Chelsea, you look so beautiful for 47, because I'm not 47, and was like kissing butt and saying how great I am. I just turned 58. And then on another channel, he was like, the smiling man and his dumb wife, blah, blah, blah. So he was like kissing my butt and then just calling me the dumb wife, which, I don't mind if I'm dumb. That seems like an asset in this world. But don't just call me the wife, sir. I'm Chelsea Northrup. Anyway, I don't know what's wrong, but that seemed rude. That seemed really rude. That made me cry.
Okay, a couple of kid pictures here. I dropped the black levels
Just
because you
gonna
see this
okay
one's
me.
washed out. Here I just fixed the white balance. I just set it to auto white balance and then maybe warmed it up just a little bit.
Was that baby playing cards? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
she's got a little bit of a gambling
She's got
addiction.
a royal flush. She's got her poker face going.
Here we have a black and white shot. Just a fantastic shot, I think.
This
The
is really
exposure and
cute.
everything's
I'm
really
just
nice. Great expression
make sure there's
out of them.
whites in here. That's important. You always want some. You always want a little touch of the blacks.
Yeah, I thought the contrast was pretty good. Nice shot, great background blur.
Tony, how does it feel to be live right now? Tony, tell me.
I don't know
I-
where you're going with this.
You're not a yes man. This girl brought her cat to the beach.
Oh, that's a cat? This is a great photo. One very easy thing. This one weird trick will change your photo completely. Just kneel down a little bit, and that will have have her head raise up and break the line of the horizon. That'll add so much more depth to the picture than having the horizon line overhead. Just get closer to the ground.
My one
Also, I know
complaint is
you
that they
tweaked
lowered
the sun.
they
sky.
like lowered the highlights back here and it looks like it.
Yeah.
So I've done this recently. It's sometimes hard to gauge what's going on, but I would just raise it up a little bit because they also got this weird line on the horizon, which I think is an artifact of doing that.
I just showed how to do this in our most recent 5DSR review for landscape photography. I included a couple of Photoshop tips in it, and one of them is showing you how to blend different exposures together smoothly. And that will just,
You taught
having
them
that
that?
graduated mask in there will change all parts of it.
Oh, that's a tiny baby.
Yeah, that really is a tiny baby. I wish it was a little bit wider angle because you're just cropped uncomfortably close to the person's eyes, the adult's eyes.
But it's still a nice picture.
Yeah, I think
Look
it's
at that
really
little
cute.
baby hand. So cute. I love this high key picture.
Yeah,
And I like
that
the
too.
unusual crop too.
Yeah, I thought about changing it, but I like it. I think it turned out really nice.
Oh man.
Oh, that's super cute.
Is it? Do you even know about hippos?
They're like the #1 human murderer.
They
Yeah,
have
well.
you ever seen what they do at the tail end?
Oh yeah, they use that to like make you go away. Like they will just shit right at you, and then they will use their tail to fan it around and really spray it.
I've had one.
I spent a lot of time in zoos. It is the highest insult.
Here, though, maybe this
It's like
one's
biting your
different.
thumb in Shakespearean era. Old school literature joke.
Wow, I liked that. I knew I
Old
married you
callback.
for a reason. That's a beautiful baby picture.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Don't want to change it. Sweet.
Yeah, I gotta say, with these baby nude photos, you're always like working the legs to try to cover the junk up, and they did a good job of the junk hiding with the legs.
Junk?
It's a nice
Calling a
job of the junk
baby's
hiding.
Private junk just seems wrong. This is a sweet child.
Yeah, this is a case
I
where
see a little.
bounce flash would help, and yeah, it's a little bit underexposed.
And I would get rid of the vignette.
Yeah, it's a little bit
It
much.
looks a little dated.
But her outfit is great. Her expression is really good.
Her pigtails are on point. Sassy baby. This could
Yeah,
be
she
my
doesn't
baby.
believe you.
I make this face at you like every day. She's like, "What pictures again?"
Are you down with the color, or does it feel like a little bit off to you?
This
a little
is
too brown?
like,
A little too
well,
warm?
these highlights are a little bit blown out, but you can probably recover that. Well, maybe I can't.
Oh,
but
yeah, you actually did manage to recover it. It's in there.
yeah, but I would do it selectively.
Yeah.
So you want to do this.
She's using an adjustment brush, as discussed in our Lightroom book.
Nobody cares about that book.
Okay, there you go.
You don't want to do it too much.
You could be
And,
more careful about it. She's
but
being haphazard.
hey, story of my life. But I like it. I like her sassy little look.
Siobhan,
Siobhan, you got any other
Sean.
questions or comments for us? This kid's all green.
Yes.
Green
Why'd I
baby.
just get called out from all ends?
I don't know what else is going on.
What happened?
What? Do you guys know how to export a raw file from Lightroom without the changes you made to it and not killing all the work you have done?
What?
What?
You don't want the changes you've made to it in the file, but you don't want to kill the work you've done?
Make a copy of the file so that you have the untouched file and the edited file, and then export the one without the edits.
When you go to the export dialog, you can export the original here, or you can export a DNG file.
Oh man.
So that'll give you the raw file, but I
I
don't
like my
know.
jury-rigged workaround.
Oh, I see. Yeah. This will export the original file without,
The DNG? Or just original?
I think DNG will always be the original file
No, I
without
don't
your
think
changes.
so.
I don't think it can apply the changes to the raw file.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. If not, you could do the original,
Okay.
and that would just do the raw file. I'm pretty
Everything
sure
we
DNG
said
is always
good.
the raw file converted to DNG
Uh-oh.
without your changes. And it won't impact the original photo. So there you go. What else you got, Siobhan? That person didn't read the Lightroom book.
Have you used the Pentax 70-200 f2.8 and are you planning on reviewing it?
No.
No and no.
We
Are so backed up on reviews. You
are
don't even
backed up on
understand.
reviews.
We're making a Photoshop book.
Yeah.
We're backed up on reviews. We have a whole series of videos coming up that's really interesting, and I think you guys will like them. Wanderlust.
Mhm.
So we have a lot going on right now.
So sorry. But no.
Sorry.
Anything else?
Of course. Have you used DxO Optics Pro and what do you think about it?
No.
I have not.
I'm
Keep
going to
them
ask you
coming.
about a bunch of things that you haven't used,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Next,
Let's go through
have
them.
you used the Nik collection like Silver Effects or Define?
No.
Great. Do you belong to a PPA in the state of Connecticut? Wondering if you ever enter shows for merits. That is the Professional Photographers of America.
No and no.
I don't believe in that.
Great, just knocking these out.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know if we would do a video of behind the scenes during the live show with the setup and everything. Everyone wants to know what Justin does.
No.
I always mean to set up Justin on like Periscope or something so somebody could tune in. I'm always interested in what Justin's doing too.
What Justin's doing? But that's our secret sauce. I don't want to show anything behind the scenes.
Justin is
monitors and stuff.
yeah.
Justin! Secret sauce!
So no.
So no.
We're on a roll here.
Yeah, just get those out of the way. Do you feel like Canon is dropping the ball coming out with a 50 megapixel camera instead of improving their sensors?
Dang, Canon, you a fool. Like, try to... It was D810 is the top of the DSLR market. Well,
Yeah.
as far as that price range goes.
The
And then,
D810 has no Wi-Fi, no touchscreen, no GPS, no
Exactly.
articulating screen,
So-
no electronic viewfinder.
so
It has
you
all the
brought
same
all that
problems.
stuff up with Canon, and people kind of scoffed at Canon, but I think that they're just about on par with each other.
Yeah, they're both big old dinosaurs with great
So
sensors and great
This
lens
is where these
selections.
big names need to get kind of brave. They need to come out with a higher end camera, with a better sensor, with a touchscreen, with a new display. They need to be the first ones to break into that market, and they haven't seen anyone else do that successfully, so it's a huge gamble. And that's why it hasn't happened yet.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's what they're doing.
But they
Except
don't realize that people
you
are
see
dissatisfied.
DSLR sales plummeting. You see the number of pictures people are taking is skyrocketing. But it's all on Instagram, it's all with smartphones, and it's because the cameras can't do that right now.
Well, it's really hard. I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, this is what we want, that's what we want, but people all kind of want something a little bit different. And that's why there are a bunch of different cameras. Like I always say, people say we hate mirrorless, we hate Pentax, but there's a right camera for everyone, or an almost perfect camera for everyone. I mean, you just have to judge them all on their own merits.
Well, here's what I want. I want a
What?
camera that can take a good photo and quickly put it on Facebook or Instagram.
Me too.
It does not exist. Not quickly, No, you
Not
got to go
without a
through
little
some
sweat.
pain in the ass app.
Not without some tears.
Yeah.
All right, Siobhan, give us more.
I do have a couple more, but first, everyone is pointing out that you keep skipping through pictures while we're talking, and they are upset.
I don't think that's their business. What?
I'll go back. I mean,
We need something to do.
we got too
you
many
guys.
pictures.
You guys, you have
It's
a lot
true.
of children.
We get a lot. Herman the Scandinavians being too trusty, his parents never lock their doors during the night and they leave the cars in the ignition, which, as a person living in Philadelphia, I cannot fathom your world.
Yeah, they're lucky. That wouldn't fly in a lot of places.
yeah. So if you are a criminal, head on over to Scandinavia. It's a world of opportunity for you. Just so many cars you could take,
Well,
so many houses you could rob.
We went to Lucerne.
Scandinavia.
Remember when we went to Lucerne and they had bikes on the streets at night and none of them had locks on them? They had a jewelry store without the cage on the windows.
Yeah.
With the jewelry out at night. I'm like, ooh, like I've never seen this before.
Mm-hmm. It is the promised land for criminals.
They can't
Get
afford to get
yourself
there.
a ticket. No. But if they did get there, they'd probably feed them and give them clothes and a place to
You
stay.
just see some guy with
That's
like
the culture.
20 necklaces on, like carrying handfuls of bikes,
Yeah.
running.
Okay, we'll go back through some of those pictures. Here we have what looks like a prom picture, right? Because why else would a teenage boy wear a tuxedo?
Because he's the next James Bond.
The missing eye contact bothers me a little. Heading in the
He's-
background blur looks great.
Where my Bond girls at?
We're gonna try to go through these quickly because I'm sure we have other pictures waiting. We had 2 pictures from the same person, so I'm not gonna
Oh.
look at either one of them.
Oh.
That's right. You get punished. This is a really cute shot, a
I
really
love
great
this.
moment. I
I
like the
like to
context. I'm
imagine
gonna
that
crop
she
that just a
doesn't
little
even
bit.
know who that girl is or how she got there. She's like, "Mom, is it still there?"
No, it's a vampire kid. They just latch onto. They're not lethal. They're just
Is it
kids, but they will
still
latch onto your back when you're
there?
in the woods. Bring some off. I'll keep the Canadian vampire
That's
kids off of it.
cute. How do you
A
know they're
great soccer
Canadian?
moment. Because her.
Oh, Canada gloves.
Do you think she just the mittens because
those are
she's
the-
like a huge fan of Canada? Do you think she's American? Was more like
Actually,
Canada.
yes, that's the list because this person is watching. They're on vacation. Canada. Because that's who buys Canada stuff.
She could be Japanese. She got a Hello Kitty hat.
You don't understand. Look at this child.
Great sports shot. It's really hard to get the ball in there.
This needs spot color.
Fantastic timing. No, it does not need spot color. I like the black and white here.
Good expression.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Maybe the eyes
brought
were overdone
the
a little bit. He
eyes-
looks a little demonic.
What?
Eyes.
Don't you?
He kind of looks like he has some superpower. No?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's got nose crusties.
Every kid.
You got to
that-
go in and Photoshop that stuff out. You got to
They
zoom in
come-
on that nose and the corner of the mouth. That's where it all is.
That I get those too.
Yeah.
Go back. This kid's cute.
Yeah. He's got some nose action going on too, though. But the tulips in the back look really nice. Overall, a great scene.
Oh my goodness.
This is just
This
beautiful.
is too cute.
Nice hikey. Looks like a stock photo, actually.
I just want to
Absolutely
squeeze
beautiful
this
shot. I
baby.
can't
No offense.
Imagine a change to that. Here we have like a lifestyle scene.
This is adorable.
Yeah, that's really cute. Great
I would-
moment. You want to raise the shadows a little bit.
Yeah, just to
'Cause
bring out
the
her face.
harsh
Her
sun.
face is in shadow. Yeah, that sun can be harsh.
Nice shot. Great moment.
Oh my gosh, this baby is, I'm going to say, European and has
Dapper.
its master's degree. And reads Nietzsche.
I didn't have any suggestions for it. Kids with cameras. We love that
Can't
idea.
go wrong there.
Yeah.
I like that couch or backdrop.
Yeah. There's
Great
a lot
blouse.
going on. Like her outfit is very busy. The background's very busy, but I think it's all okay.
This baby is so happy.
Yeah, this is a great moment. Beautiful work on the nice blue eyes. Eric. Great
I
background
like Eric
blur.
Hermanson. Yeah, he's the
Snow is just so fantastic for
he's the
lighting faces. It's
Scandinavian
like built in.
that grew up in a trusting
Still flash.
environment, an honest environment, and that's why his baby's happy. He's like, we
Yeah.
don't lock our doors. Our chocolate's better than yours. That Scandinavian baby is mocking us.
Yeah, he's got some good points. Ah. This is just terribly cute.
It's really cute because it's more common than a boy trying to find stuff in a stream like that.
Yeah, and he's not wearing an Under Armour shirt. He's wearing like natural kind of organic clothes. There were probably bright colors in the background, but black and white fixed that. Good choice.
That's a really
I don't
cute
have
picture.
any edits for that
Me
picture. I
either.
think it looks really good. Is that Madeline?
Yeah, someone took this from my Instagram. This is when we went to Madrid, Spain.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, you know what? I
Even
joked
recognize
last
the
week
picture.
about people just like stalking us and putting up pictures of Madeline.
Uh-huh.
She photobombed me. She's pretty cool like that.
We'll import some more pictures because somehow we got through the first batch. Siobhan, do you have any other questions or comments for us? Oh, we should look at a portfolio.
Yes, but my dog is barking in the background.
Hungry.
Someone asked if you guys would show pictures of yourself as kids.
No, I was a very ugly, scary baby, and I wouldn't inflict that on anyone.
I would because it's hilarious. I
You
put
were-
one up on my Twitter the other day. I don't know how to easily find. I don't think I can easily find it.
You weren't a baby, you were a teenager. You were also a
Oh,
really
yeah.
weird looking baby. Your
That's
head was
not
so
true.
big.
Yeah, sorry, Mom, but I did have just a massive head. There, just seeing if I can quickly find this picture of me because I looked hilarious.
You had like red hair.
No, I never had red hair. Oh,
Is
as
it
a
just
baby.
because the pictures were old? They were like those 70s
Oh, here we
pictures?
go.
Dude, that's not a baby.
More baby than.
No, you're so far from baby. What's wrong with you?
The white snake shirt.
The white snake
Babies-
is awesome.
Babies don't wear white snakes.
I was with the good years.
Oh, I didn't even know he was with them.
This picture,
Oh,
stop
Justin.
it.
Look at that hair.
Look at your wall. Everything about
The wood-burned Texas clock is just out of frame.
Tony, please. That's not a baby. What else, Siobhan?
They want to know what Tony's favorite beer and Chelsea's favorite mixed drink is.
I have really been into old fashions lately, and I don't even know what's in that. Do you?
No. I like Dogfish Head 60 Minute. Not that anybody asked, but Justin likes the Magic Hat number 9. Is that still your favorite, or are you thinking Heineken now?
Yeah, Magic Hat number 9, red stripe. I just love beer, all beer, mostly.
Siobhan
much
likes
all
whiskey. Siobhan, are you still into Jameson?
I don't do as much whiskey these days, but old fashions are one of my favorite mixed drinks. I'm a beer person myself. I'm drinking a Dreamweaver wheat beer right now.
Nice.
Oh, I would like to try that. I love trying new beers.
I know you do. We should all go out time.
Yeah, all of us, like the entire viewing audience
Yeah,
and us.
it would be 10 of us. All right, Siobhan, anything else before we look at this portfolio?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay.
Do you have any suggestions to get started with stock photography? I believe we've answered this before, but it's been a while.
Let's see. Well, it's nice to start with pictures that it wouldn't be like an overpopulated subject. So if you did like fitness, there's a lot of people doing fitness pictures. But you could, one thing I did is I went kind of through the news to look for topics that were really hot. And one of them was like medicating your children. So I took my daughter and I had Tony put pills in his hands and offer them to her, and she kind of refused them. And there weren't a lot of pictures like that. So we did a set like that, and they're still selling almost every day. We're selling pictures like that. We have some book covers with her on them from that shoot. So you want to be original, keep it clean, keep it simple. And I'd say start with one of the easier ones. Fotolia is pretty easy to get accepted to. iStock photo is really difficult. So I'd start easy and kind of work up to maybe iStock
Yeah.
photo.
And I would say people think they're going to go through their existing portfolio and find images that are stock pictures, but really you have to set out to take a stock picture.
Maybe if you
plan
have
it
a
out.
food picture or something that doesn't tell a story.
Maybe, but
But-
you'll have very little luck just uploading your vacation pictures and pictures of your kids and stuff. It just isn't going to sell.
Pictures that tell a story sell
Start with
so
a
well.
concept and figure out the simplest way to explain that concept. The absolute simplest.
Stock photography can. People always made fun of us, but I love it because it's the challenge of telling a very simple story in just one picture. And I saw a stock photo the other day for an article about quitting smoking, and it was just someone breaking a cigarette, and it was a nice picture, but I mean, you're telling so much in just this small action. So it's about being really succinct and making it into a beautiful picture while still telling a whole story. So I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, and you just might. Oh well, there's a couple of pictures of Chelsea from
That's
stock
my
photos.
butt.
That's her
Well,
butt.
kind
with
of.
a measuring tape, which is like a clear idea. You know, women concerned about their measurements and such, and that's why that particular picture was popular.
Actually, that picture got popular because, you know that show America's Next Top Model? One of the girls got signed to an agency and they dropped her because her butt got too big, so she sued them. And then they used my butt every time they talked about it. And I was like, what are you guys saying about my butt? They're saying it's big.
But like Velveeta did a big advertising campaign using pictures of me. Like here I am, you can barely see it, but there I am in bed with Chelsea and a block of Velveeta. So these like crazy things happen to you once you get into stock photography because your pictures can end up anywhere.
You do have to be
It
careful.
is so much fun.
A lot of people express that they would hate it if they were in our position. We have thick skin. We don't really care if people
Yeah,
make
you
fun of
have
us.
to have a sense of humor.
When those Velveeta pictures came up, people called us all sorts of names. So if you're using your own image, be prepared if it ends up somewhere.
You will end up
popular.
using your own image because it's hard to find a model, and
Yeah.
you have to train a model too. Like they have to understand the concept and how it's working. So you have to put a lot of time into a small number of models.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
look at a portfolio. Mike Moses here, as I skipped to his portfolio page because his homepage was there was a bit much for me to take in, and I just kind of wanted to see the pictures.
Yeah.
But he jumped to his portfolio, and
I
you see
love
kind of
that big
seashore pictures.
lighthouse picture. I'd get rid of the picture above it and just keep that one.
Yeah, in fact, for the sake of diversity, I'd probably pick a single lighthouse picture.
Mhm.
It might just be too many. But there is a nice common theme here in that it's all kind of seashore pictures. I might also go with a different format, like go with one of the options that fills the entire screen. Because I think the reason that we spotted this one first is because it's so much larger.
And it's a simple composition.
So this is a good picture, but nobody's going to see it
It's
because it's nice and small.
nice.
It's
One
too
a staggered layout for me. It makes it difficult to look at any one picture. It's
Yeah.
a bit cluttered.
So Squarespace actually has a wide variety of layouts that are really easy to change. So you can pick
This
one
is
of the ones
Squarespace.
that's. This is a Squarespace
Yeah.
hosted portfolio. They're really easy to edit. I also wanted to start including like our suggestions for where the photographer should go with their career, like what they can do in the future.
Oh,
Mike's
Don't
next step
feel
is to make put together a better portfolio. He's got an existing portfolio that seems to be like travel and landscape. He's got a common theme here, which looks like East Coast US to me. I would continue working on that. I would pick one of these spots and revisit it. So this lighthouse is fantastic. I would, if it's close to you, keep going back, find the perfect light, and get the ultimate picture of that one location. You'll learn a lot from that experience. Then kind of branch out. A lot of these pictures are just fantastic. There are a lot of different ways you could shoot this. Go back, pick a theme, keep shooting different waterfalls, tight. Anyway, that pursuit of perfectionism, trying to constantly outdo yourself, even by sticking within a common theme, will kind of take you to the next level. This is about Mike. It would be nice if people
oh, he's in Nova Scotia. Beautiful
wanted
place.
to read. That was pretty close.
Oh, born in.
Wanted to read so many words. Most people won't have the attention span, but there might be a few people who are so interested in you Most people will simply glance over it. Most people only go to the first page. So if I were you, instead of having the home page be so many words and such, you might jump right into your portfolio. That's what most people want to see. Most people won't click even once.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike is hosted at Squarespace. Mike said it was very easy to set up. He wasted a lot of time fooling with WordPress, which is a different way to set up a website.
I did too, Mike.
WordPress is kind of hard. And he found Squarespace to be quick and easy to work with. Management is very easy. That is Squarespace in Mike's own words.
Voidhawk Studio.
Let's look at...
I love that picture of the laughing kid.
Jolene sent in 2 pictures when we asked her to send in only one.
Oh,
so what are we going
Jolene. Oh, you're not even going to review her portfolio?
No, she sent in 2 pictures. Got a rule breaker here. You're trying again next week. I don't hold a grudge.
You don't hold a grudge.
Not for more than an hour. Voidhawk Studios.
Good to keep in mind.
Squarespace.
Maybe I should tell you what I did last night.
Now, I had to click twice to get into the portraits portfolio. I would just make this your homepage. It's pretty easy to configure. You want the pictures to come right up. You don't want to make people click things. And I also think this format would work in a full screen format, but it's okay that it scrolls. What do you think of
sassy expressions?
What? Campbell's portfolio here? What do you think of these portraits?
They look nice. I would take out the picture of the man twice. Oh, I see some repeating faces.
Oh, is it the same guy? Yeah, I mean, again, your portfolio, it's difficult collection of like 12 models.
Yeah.
Does it actually go to the next? No.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there's
so
no more.
This, I think, is a good number of pictures. He's kind of mixed them up, so the lack of diversity isn't as honest. I do think this is the strongest picture, and he started with it. But I think all these pictures are good. I think the work is really good. The lighting is really nice. I'm not a huge fan of the processing on this one, but I think the photo is there. I might just tone down the processing a little bit. Other than that, just keep taking pictures of people. People say don't work for free. I say whatever you can take a picture of, that's a chance to get something in your portfolio, and it's a chance to get more experience and build a better library of pictures.
People recommend not working for free? Like, that's a common thing?
Oh, people get mad about it if you want to work for free. They say you're like robbing other photographers. But I just think it's an important stepping stone to building experience.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, I think it's just a lot of working photographers feel like there's so much competition in the field, and that's true. But someone can either afford you or they can't. I mean, if you've been working as a photographer for a long time and you charge like $1,000 for photos, like a lot of people do, photos and prints, if someone can't afford it, they can't afford it.
Yeah, every experienced photographer, you can be like a level 9 arch photographer, and somebody will come to you and be like, oh, I have to cancel my shoot. My niece said she'll do it for free. She just got a new Nikon. And you're like, oh, because people don't understand the value of the experience, and somebody's always willing to take those pictures for free. So it does get frustrating. But at the same time, no matter what your profession is, whether you're a writer or an artist or a programmer or a photographer, your first steps are always going to be working for free. And if you want to do portrait work, you have to get people in front of your camera. You don't get to charge the first time you take a picture because you don't have any experience. You're not good at it.
Yeah.
So that's the only way to build experience. That's my opinion.
I still work for free.
Yeah,
right
but we're
now.
always mad about it. What do we do? We do way too much free work.
Well,
oh, so many
bad.
favors.
Like, what am I gonna do? Charge like a family member like $1,000 for headshots? Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna charge you at all.
Oh, I know. You say you're not going to charge them, and then they come back and they'll be the biggest pain. They'll be like, oh, could you just make a few more edits? Oh, that didn't turn out. Can we just set up another shoot? Like, oh,
true.
no.
And every time I'm like, I'm not working for free anymore. I've got stuff to do.
We have said I'm not working for free so many times.
We're suckers, Tony Northrup.
Yeah, we are suckers.
Thank God DxO Mark is paying us all that sweet, sweet cash to do nothing that benefits them.
DxO Mark is not a sponsor. Campbell says, Squarespace is awesome. I built websites in the past, and Squarespace just makes the whole process so much easier. If you're interested in your own Squarespace portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony. That'll get you a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. Then use the coupon code portfolio if you decide to sign up.
Yeah.
And you get 10%
That
off. It's a great way to
14-day
build a
free
website.
trial.
Great. You can't share it. Oh,
you
right,
can't,
right.
like you can't show it to anybody else. You can't send it to us for a review or anything. Like you have to buy it before you can share it, which makes sense to me.
Let's find out if people like taking pictures of kids. No.
I'd rather starve than photograph one of those sticky poop factories.
That's a really rude response,
That's
people.
a strong.
Yeah, so only 16% of people love taking pictures of other people's kids. Other people take pictures of their own kids, but not others. Yeah, some people actually have to take pictures of kids like us.
If you have
It's
to
not
take,
my favorite
you
thing
know,
either.
it's like a good gig if you can make your career off of taking family pictures. Like I'm not putting down that career, don't get me wrong, but if I got to choose my dream job, it would not be taking pictures of kids.
No, but I think that's the way 90% of working pros eat nowadays, is mostly taking pictures of kids. There's weddings too. It's like weddings and kids. People want pictures of their
Weddings.
kids still. Want to put it on Christmas
You know,
cards
it's
and
funny,
stuff.
we didn't even get pictures of our own wedding.
That's we
I-
did that on the down low.
Weddings weird me out.
Before we check out of here, Siobhan,
What,
you got another question or two for us?
Look at this lovely lady.
Maybe. My house is noisy right now.
Probably funny to us if nothing else.
I have my first wedding to shoot this summer, thinking 24 to 105 or 24 to 70. Any recommendations, even though he doesn't tell us what camera he uses?
It kind of depends on the venue. I for most shooting, I prefer the 24 to 105 because at 105 and f4 you can get a decent headshot, and it's so much more range.
Yeah.
24 to 70 f2.8 lenses allow an extra stop of light in, so you can get cleaner images, and that's going to be important if you're like the reception's often indoors or after dark, and you might actually need that extra stop of light. So it's a tough choice. If you're going to be working in dim lighting, you better just go for the 24 to 70 f2.8.
I think I used the 70 to 200 for the last wedding just because you were doing the more wide angle shots and I was doing more like headshots.
I'll say you definitely need a 70 to 200. If I had one lens, it would be the 70 to 200. But assuming your second lens is a 24 to 70 or 24 to 105, that's kind of where I took the question.
What else, Siobhan?
Someone keeps asking if we would ever do a TC squared live show, Tony and Chelsea and Toby and Christina.
I would love to do that.
Oh my
'cause
God, their initials are the same as ours.
Yeah, I like Toby and Christina so much. They seem really genuine and they seem very honest and they seem very nice. I'm like their fan. I even tweet them sometimes like a creep.
They just hit 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, you should check out their
Photorec
channel.
Toby, they have a good channel.
They're very earnest people and,
Yeah.
and they definitely deserve the views. So I give them a thumbs up.
And Christina's good at multitasking. She does like Siobhan's job and is on camera. I put a computer in front of you and you're just like giggling at people's comments and I
Look.
completely...
Is it my fault that our viewers are more interesting than you? No.
No, that's definitely not your fault. You know, I imported these pictures and then we kind of ran out of time. Maybe, are there any of these pictures that really catch your eye, Chels, before we peace out?
The kid dressed as a pumpkin. Right there. Wait, to the right. Oh. I'm so sorry.
That's not... Okay. Guys.
That's a terrible way to end it. One more.
Okay, what else gets your attention?
I'm
This
not-
picture looks really nice. Great lighting.
That's very nice.
Big bouquet of flowers. Great outfit.
Great outfit.
Nice background blur. Perfect. 5 stars pick.
Oh, ending it on a high note.
Every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, New York City time. Join us next week. We're reviewing your light painting pictures. So get out there this week. Long exposures tripod. Chapter 10 of Stunning Digital Photography tell you how to take great night picture photos, and
Yeah.
we'll review them right here
If
next
you're not
week.
in Scandinavia, bring a friend so that you can be safe being out at night with all your gear.
Yeah, if you're in Scandinavia, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's just fine.
It's just better people than us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin, for making everything work. Thank you for Siobhan in Philadelphia for fielding all the comments and keeping the people in the chat room in order. See you guys next week.
That is all.